Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Bill Doobie of Thumbnail Hacks. This is the channel for YouTubers and thumbnail enthusiasts. Today's video is all about thumbnail file naming and storage. Stay tuned, I'm going to do a thumbnail, name it, and show you a storage technique that I have adopted from Primal Video. How I've reused this. It's always nice to save all of your work, keep it neat and tidy. What I have done is I've pulled the frame, the yellow frame back, exposing the green frame, and then I made the green frame darker. If you look at this one, the green frame's actually quite lighter than the little bit that we're showing here. Time to put in the names. Let's keep it simple, less than 3 words. We'll go name. That'll be on this layer that we're on. We're on the naming layer. And I'm using Futura Gold 192. And we will also do a drop shadow here. -10, 10, 14, 255, and here are the red, green, and blue colors that we're going to use. 95, 122, and 0. Done. Now, because I want to have this spun, the quickest way to do that is to delete it and then put it back in. Then I will be able to turn it, and we'll mess with that later. Control F, and that's for our drop shadow. If something's selected and I can't do anything other than work in that area, so I have to unselect it first. Ooh, moved for some reason. Move it back. In and store. Ooh, those are nice and big, huh? Just mess with this a little bit more, copy it. And we're just going to do some modifications. Edit, paste in a new layer. Now what we can do here is have this one be my safe and go back to the store layer and just put that below it. Store safe. And then we undo it, go back to the store. We could have this coming out over the layer and then alright. That'll make it look like it's going behind. Everything. And up here we can do the same thing to the name. First we want to copy the layer. I forgot there's a duplicate layer. Control Shift D will duplicate the name layer, so we can just have that one and then do the same thing over here. Make it look like it's going back behind the E. We're on name. And there, we're done. Now I told you I was going to show you how to name this, which is the name and store. We have a name on this. I don't like going over and making, first we save a PNG form. So we go save as. Type over here behind the thing PNG. That will help you keep from making a mistake, and even with this naming convention you still can make mistakes. And we flatten. Now we have saved it in PNG format. We save it one more time just in case the PNG is too big. JPEGs are smaller than PNG files. And then we change this to JPEG, JPG. and that is the naming portion. File naming and strategy. Here's our graphics. We have, this is our gold standard right here. We don't want to mess with that at all because it still has all its layers. And then if we need to make any changes, we can just go back to that. These are the only two files that I'll actually show when you're uploading your thumbnail to YouTube. And there you have it. Naming and storage. Oh, by the way, storage, I forgot to show you. This is the naming convention that I got from Primal Video. Have one folder, which is your project folder. That's my thumbnail file naming and storage. Then footage, audio, graphics, project file, draft files, and completed files. Usually when I'm editing, I do a rough edit, put it in the draft files, and then I use the draft files for doing a smooth edit to have less work on my editor. If I do a bunch of edits and then overload the editor, a lot of times it'll crash. And that's my story for today. Ta-da!